So, our theme today is growth, and we already organically had a lot of really cool conversation before the meeting even started about growth. And then, Drew, I also really liked that you brought in those definitions because I didn't even look up the definitions. It was interesting. I wanted to first share my growth journey by taking on the subject of growth in education because I've been wanting to give back to this group, and I thought taking some education moments would be a great way to do it. And so Mary and Stephanie sent me a list of the themes of the different meetings, and I was like, oh, I want to do that one, and I want to do that one. I skipped over growth, and I didn't think about I wanted to do this one, but I stepped up to take this one because there wasn't anybody to fill it. And it was interesting that I had the perspective that I wouldn't know anything about, or like, why would I have to be an expert on growth in order to do the growth education moment? But what's interesting is that I've experienced a lot of growth, even in the period of time since I've said yes to this. And I just passed my first 1,000 views, and that's all just happened in this time period. So that was just my personal journey. So when I did say yes, I thought about growth. The first thing that came to my mind was, okay, it's about growing the chapter, right? Growing our Abundance Networkers group. But then I kept thinking about it. And then I was thinking, okay, well, it's not just that. Growing could be growing your hair long, like Thea's doing right now. Or growing could be cutting your hair off and growing your confidence or growing your vulnerability. Or growing could be putting seed in soil and growing your own food. Growing could be watching your children grow or our beloved pets, and have it be a reminder that these moments are precious and fleeting. You know, our children and pets, they grow quickly. And then I kept thinking about growth, and then I really thought about it. Actually, growth is the movement of the universe, constantly expanding, constantly growing. So I feel like really the feeling of growth means change. There's like a synergy of the two of those together. So I put together a slideshow from a University of YouTube, and there are 8 points about different things that we can do every single day for our own personal growth. So I thought that would be a really cool thing to look at together. So let me go ahead and share that. Here we go. Let's hope that the technology works. I don't always have good luck with that, but here we go. So, Abundance Networkers. These are 8 simple self-improvement steps to take. And this is from Practical Psychology on YouTube. And I will give you the 8 steps in the chat along with the YouTube link. So the first step is drink more water. This is something that we talked about. This is something that's simple and easy to do, makes such a huge impact on our wellness. Thea, you are already saying, you know, how much it wakes you up. Also, dehydration is way more common than we realize. And fatigue could be a sign of dehydration. So if you're feeling a little brain fogged, drink some water. But they definitely recommend, you know, I have my ounces a day, and there's like a little, it says, get started, remember your goal, keep chugging, don't give up, almost there, you did it. So ways, have water around to encourage yourself to drink more water. So we'll drink to that. Eat more whole foods. So, you know, Joey and I have been just on a progression of over time completely tweaking our diet. The first thing was we decided to get rid of all GMO foods. We decided to go organic. Then, and these are little steps we took over time. And I remember I was in a acupuncture session with Melissa. This is like 10 years ago. And she said, like, well, if you eat junk food, make it at home. So we learned how to make our own pizza. And so that sort of thing. So there's little tweaks we can make, like tweaking the morning coffee to maybe mushroom coffee instead. So this is just another way we can improve our growth in a positive direction. They recommend pick up a book. And I think the major lesson here is to get off screen and pick up a book instead. I personally, the way my cognitive brain works, I'm not a book reader. I'd much rather watch a movie. So I'll take this and listen to a audiobook. And the next one is to watch a TED Talk. There's like a bazillion TED Talks out there. And if there's an area of growth that we're striving in our personal businesses or in our personal life, we can find a TED Talk that talks to us about that. So that's just a reminder to get on there and give yourself a little pep talk. Thank you, TED Talk. Here's a cool one. Forgive someone. My spiritual community has been focused on forgiveness since September. And it's been quite the journey for me to like really evaluate, okay, where am I holding on? Who are the characters in my life that have caused me the most harm? And am I, I was surprised to discover there's still some hanging on that I've been going on. So I'm in a practice of forgiving, in a flow of forgiving, and the world would be in a kinder place and wars would stop if we could learn how to forgive each other. And then they say, find a group of supportive individuals, which we've done. We are our group of supportive individuals. So in the theme of growth, I just wanted to take a moment to stop for a second, breath in, close our eyes, and just take a moment to open up ourselves to an opportunity to invite someone to our meetings in business networking. When we meet more people, each person represents at least 150 connections. This is growth and expansion. So if we're able to invite people and grow this network, it could be a part of our own growth in our personal lives and in our businesses. So we just visualize coming across someone, meeting them, hearing about what their business is, and connecting the dots that abundance networkers could be a fit for them. And then we visualize ourselves inviting them. Take another breath, let it go, and just see if it shows up organically in our life. Whoops, go back. So congratulations. This is a step where we acknowledge our growth. This is acknowledging, for instance, for me, when I reached 1,000 views on one of my meditations, I took a picture of it and I posted it on Facebook and I said, woohoo, look what we've accomplished. So really acknowledging ourselves and our accomplishments is how we make room for more. And I have a bonus step because that was the 8 from the psychology link. But I also wanted to add one more, which is a spiritual practice of going to sleep in a meditative state. This is something that's super easy to do, but a very potent practice. So some people, it could be you want to fall asleep in prayer, or connect to your spirit guides or your angels, or however it is you connect to your sense of spirituality. And for me, when I remember to do this, I like to invite spirit in while I'm asleep. In my conscious mind is offline to come and download wisdom and codes and information and solutions to things in my life. That is the education spot for growth.